Hi there and welcome once again to another one of our instructional videos for revision techniques in association with the ExamPal, the #1 exams app for students. Download as an Android or find us on the App Store. What we're going to look at today is how to create an index revision card, or sometimes what we call a flashcard, for our revision notes. I have a single piece of A5 card here, or an index card, and what we want to try and do is create a batch of these with broken down revision notes to enable us to look at these on a regular basis, either prior to our exam or if we're out and about on the go. So one of the things that students really struggle with is how to create an index card. And what tends to happen is that you might have a large set of information like this, which is to do with some kind of GCSE science and the digestive system, which is fairly common, and some kind of diagram. And what students have is either this out of a textbook, or it might be something that they've actually created themselves in their own sort of classroom book. And we want to take all that information that we have there and put that concise information onto an index card. Okay, and what students really struggle with is actually end up just writing and repeating exactly what is in the note form onto the card. And what we want to try and do is obviously take this information and break this information down into something which is quick, something that we can take in very, very easily at a glance, and something that we can refer to on a regular basis. Okay, so the first thing that I would do is, certainly we have the A5 cards here, which are double-sided, so we want to make use of both of those sides. And one of the things that I would do as a student, certainly to start off with, is to colour code the corners. And the reason why we would do this is so that when we are creating a large batch of revision cards, we can actually refer to these relatively quickly at a glance. So I would create that on the front, and I would also create it on the back as well. So, because if you're going to use both sides, you can obviously find it in both directions. Now I'm going to label this as science. In this case it's biology. Okay, so I'm going to create this flashcard as biology, and do the same on the other side. Of course, there are many ways in which you can do this, but this is just the way in which we're recommending it. And then on the other side, I'm going to create a subtopic, and in this case, what we're looking at here is the digestive system. And again, this will help us enable to find this at a quick sort of glance. Do the same on the other side. And then you can very quickly start to categorize these for something to look for. So this is to do with digestive and the digestive system. Okay, so first of all, we're going to take this information and sort of break it down as quick as we can. So digestive system, you can see we can put some keywords. So digestive system, and again it's in note form, so it doesn't need to be particularly neat as long as you can understand what's sort of going on. And we're going to do the key description. So it's got mouth, where the food enters alimentary canal and digestion begins. So we want to sort of break this down. So we'll do something like food enters, okay, so we've just taken that and broken that down. We can highlight keywords if we want to. Keyword there would be elementary, and this is to do with the mouth. Move down to the next one. Okay, as long as you can understand what's going on. Produce saliva containing, okay. And again, keywords we've got there. Move on to the next one. Esophagus. Okay, so we've got a tube. So it moves into the food, into the stomach, and so on. Okay, so you can see how we're sort of breaking that down. One of the things that you could do to help with your revision is, of course, you could reverse this slightly. So what I might have here is I might have the mouth here, and then on the other side I might have the actual answer. Okay, and so on. And what I could do is have mouth on this side with a blank, answer on the other side, and then of course I can flip over and I can sort of test myself. If you've got something like a diagram, well, the diagram is relatively straightforward, but it needs to be broken down. We don't need anything which is particularly overpowering or particularly difficult or takes long to draw, because we just don't need that. Okay, all we need is a basic diagram to enable us to be able to see what's sort of going on. All right, so it could be something as really simple as this. Okay, and you can see that I'm just literally creating something like so. And the whole purpose of this is to obviously make sure that we are sort of breaking down the diagram that we've got from something which is really quite highly technical to something which is relatively straightforward. Okay, so we've now taken all of that information, as you can see, digestive system, taken all of that and then started to create that onto that side there. Okay, so that's probably my key tips for creating these index cards. My advice to you would be to create as many as you can. Don't overwhelm yourself with information that is on here. Make sure you color code it. Make sure you use the use of the front and the back. Make sure you keep the diagrams nice and simple. Keep them with you on the go, of course, at all times, and you can refer to them. Great to read before you go into an exam. Photograph them on your phone. Whiz through them on your phone when you're traveling on a journey of some description. Hopefully that's helped you break down the information of how an index card should look like. Thanks for watching.